concrete underneath. Okay. Alright guys, so we have the traps all set up ready to go to pour concrete in them. As you can see, I've spaced them out nicely so I can walk around each one of them and go to them individually and easily pour some concrete. We're going to put about an inch to an inch and a half of concrete in them, and let me show you what I'm talking about. I haven't poured any in them yet, but let me give you an idea what the flooring looks like. I know it's a little bright out here, but I wanted to make sure it's in the sun so it sets quickly. Now I'm using the quick set crete too, so it gets done in way less time than normal. So here we go. I put some cardboard down there rather to make a floor. And that's on the very bottom of my trap. What's going to happen, you're going to pour it in there. It's going to seal itself around the concrete's going to seal itself around the corners and the bottom of the trap, and then you're just going to pull the concrete off once it sets. You do not want to leave that concrete, or the cardboard on there after it has already set. Okay, so when you go out, put your traps out, make sure there's no cardboard on it. There's that. Alright, we got 5 of them like I talked about, and let's go ahead and start doing this. I'm using, just like I said, the fast setting concrete, and you know, it gets done a lot quicker. I would suggest doing that. So let me show you real quick. About an inch, inch and a half of concrete in each one of them. Okay, so we're looking at, you know, right at the bottom of like the last little rib area of the cage. Once you get them, you'll notice what I'm talking about. But and when you're doing this, watch out for these little screws that you've drilled in yesterday. Okay, or today, whenever you're doing this. And just be careful not to get yourself all scratched up on these screws. Okay? Let's make this happen. Alright, so I got my concrete mix ready to go. And now what I'm going to do is just pour it in here and make it happen. Remember, when you're making the concrete mix, you don't want to make it too soupy, because then it will have a hard time setting. Put it in there. What I'm going to do is just use my hands. Not a big deal. Now remember not to make them too heavy, because then you're going to have a problem getting them out of the water when you have 20 pounds of crabs in there. You always got to think positive, right? Now this is going to be the inside, obviously, so it's not too necessary to make it all pretty, but I just like to make it nice and flat. So when I put my initials in it, it's easily legible. Alright, there you have it. See? And that's how you're going to set the concrete. Just like that. And let it dry, and we're going to go on to the next one. Just remember, when you're doing this, make sure you have a nice flat area. See, what I did is I just took a piece of cardboard, cut it, and just used it as my base. So, just like that. Alright, so as you can see, in this blistering sun we have, in the middle, or actually the end of December, here in Lower Keys, I have our traps with the cement in them sitting out to dry for a little bit. Alright, I'm going to give these the rest of the day to sit here and dry. See that? Remember, initials in every single one of them, and any other contact information you can put on the trap. Remember, it's cardboard. Okay, you want to make sure that cardboard, you know, outlines the entire bottom so the concrete has something to sit on. Just leave them open like this, let them dry for, if you use the quick set concrete, it takes about 30 minutes to set, but it says 8 hours to dry, so I would let it do its thing for, you know, the rest of the day. So this is kind of like a morning project. And so once these dry, tonight what I'm going to do is look at my chart and see where I want to put them, and then I'm going to make my lines and tie my buoys accordingly remember about the whole tide thing and the slack in the line. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here is the whole drying process right there. We'll see you in a bit. The concrete has set, and now what I'm going to do is pull off the cardboard that was used as the bottom for the concrete. So just flip it up like this, and as you can see, it's already fallen off. It doesn't really stay on. You don't have to pry it off or anything. So it's really simple. Just pull it like that. Okay. Throw it away. Recycle it. All right. Yes. And then you have your nice flat flooring like this. All right. When you are doing the concrete, you'll be able to tell how well you put it on a flat surface to see how flat your trap is. All right. So that's pretty much it. Now, since that's taken care of, what we're going to do is go over tying your knot on the cage. So now that you have the trap made, the flooring made, you're now going to put your line onto the trap. I use the bottom of the little rib section, okay, and you want that rib section facing you. When you are picking the cages up out of the water, you want them to come at you, and you want to be able to set it up on your boat and then open up the hatch like this. Nice and easy. Okay, so do that like so, and what I'm going to use is a bowline. Really quickly, a bowline. We'll do the riddle, because everybody knows the riddle. Let me get in really close so you guys can see. So here goes the riddle. You got your bitter ends already through. Okay, so the bitter end is your root. Root goes over the tree, right? We all remember that little trick from elementary school. Rabbit goes up through the hole, around the tree, okay, and then back down the hole. And then your bowline should look like that. What's cool about this knot is the harder you pull, the tighter it gets. And that's the kind of knot you want for this situation. Okay, so you got that. And what you want to do next, you grab your buoy. Before you do the buoy, you should get something like this. Okay, little egg weight. What you're going to do is say that your line, you're going to use 10 feet of line. You're going to put this egg weight, you're going to string it through the line, and you're going to put it 5 feet down. So it's going to be in the middle, alright, of that line. And put it through, and you're going to hammer it. And make sure that you hammer it so that the weight doesn't slide back and forth on the line. And then, once you're done, you put your buoy on there. The buoy you're going to use for this purpose. Like I said, I'm not going to cut any of this line, but I'm going to show you how to tie it up. So, really simple. All you got to do is tie a overhand knot. Overhand knot, alright? Granny knot, whatever you want to call it. And then, put your buoy on there. String your buoy through, and then another overhand's fine. I guess if you want, you can tie something more fancy, but I don't see it as really necessary. So now you get your overhand knot on the top and on the bottom, so the buoy doesn't go anywhere. Then you're going to float it. Remember, halfway down, you're going to put your crimped weight on there, okay? And then, all the way at the end of your line, you're going to have your knot tied to, your line using a bowline tied to your crab or your crab trap. Hopefully this video helped you guys. Now go to your local fishing shop and pick up some crab traps and go out and have some fun. Don't forget, you have to have your license though. It's just a typical straight up fishing license. And also, a couple other things. You must engrave your name somewhere on the trap. There's a nice little spot right here that you can use. Name, address, phone number, all that contact information. Also on the buoy, you got to put the big letter R for recreational. And as far as the license goes, it's just your regular license, and you can't have any more than 5 buoys per person. Okay, so don't get busted for doing something stupid. Crabs are not worth it, right? So, enjoy, have fun, be safe. and let me know how you do. Take care. One thing I forgot to mention, I got to make a little shameless plug for myself. I am a boat captain. I have my 50-ton license, and you know, in case you're needing somebody to take you out fishing, need someone to run your boat, I do sailing as well. I instruct. So give me a call if you need me. Find my my information down on the video, and I'll help you out. I know the water's all over Florida. You name it, I've done it. So give me a call, and I'll help you out. Hope you enjoyed the video, and enjoy being on the water. Take care.